Yeah, so this is Luke at LGS Boxing Media, the CEO from Matchroom Boxing. Frank Smith, how you doing, Frank?
Very well, thanks yourself. Thank you for coming today.
Not a problem. How you found Peterborough? Is it your first time in Peterborough?
I've driven past Peterborough quite a lot. On the way, I live about an hour and a half away, but not far from Cambridge. But yeah, I haven't spent too much time in it.
Yeah. Talk to us about Saturday's card. Obviously, we've got Jordan Gill headlining. Give us a run of about the show.
Yeah, so stacked JD Next Gen cards. Probably one of the biggest, biggest fight cards we've done on the JD Next Gen show. We've got, as you say, Jordan Gill stepping up against Emmanuel Dominguez. Then you got probably one of the most entertaining fights of the night would be the React against Tommy McCarthy. So that's them two guys 12 rounder for the WBA title. Lee Wood is fighting for his Commonwealth title against Abraham Bonsu. And Anthony Sims Jr., who's one of our US stars, coming over here to fight again. And he looks to build himself up as he steps down into the super middleweight division. That's on the Sky Show, Sky Sports Facebook. John Doherty returns, looking for his fourth knockout, 4-4. And Kez Ashfaq's back as well, who looked really good in his last fight. He's really stepped up in his last fight. And then got the other guys, Joe Steve, Bradley Smith, on the undercard as well. So it's exciting. It's an exciting night.
Good to hear. We interviewed Anthony Sims, the magician, yesterday. People are loving him. Obviously, this is his second fight on UK soil. Are you looking at getting him over a bit more often?
Yeah, I think it made sense. I mean, he's a great character that can be built anywhere, in all honesty. Yeah. He fought in Cardiff. He built a good fan base following that. He's done a lot of interviews, very open about his life. I think people like that, and I think he'll settle really well in the UK. But US is obviously a huge market for him as well. He had a period of his career where he was inactive, and now it's good to get him back out there fighting regularly. And he'll fight again on our April 26th show as well after this.
Perfect. And then we've got Jordan Gill headlining. Yeah. Obviously, it's a big step up for class for Jordan. He beat Ryan Doyle in a great fight to win the Commonwealth title. WBA fighting a fancied Mexican, top 15 ranking WBA. What was your thoughts around that? Do you think Jordan's ready to make the step up?
Yeah, I think Jordan sees it as well, that he's got to move quickly, especially in the lower weight divisions as well. He's shown his class in the fights he's had, and he wants to step up. We want him to step up, and the quicker he does it, the quicker he can build into those world title fights, which are not far away from it. By the end of this year, we can look at him really stepping through the rankings and being big international fights.
Obviously, there's a big gap there which Jordan can definitely come into, and Anthony Sims. Obviously, we've had Tony Bellew retire, a lot of the old guard. We've had George Groves just retired as well. So there's definitely there is that point which he can utilise.
Yeah, no, 100%, and that's a bit like with all these guys on here. Richard Reactor, who's fighting Anthony Sims Jr., as you say, Lee Wood. These are the guys who can build into stars. We'll sell, as I said earlier, we'll sell 2,500 tickets in there on Saturday for a next gen show with a 5-week lead up time. Now, these people can build into something massive, and that's what we need to do. I think the fans. It's tough because we've had a lot of these guys around for a long time, the names you mentioned, and now we need to work on the new guard. The likes of who's like Josh Kelly, Anthony Fowler, Joshua Buatsi, Lawrence Okoli, etc. All those guys. We need to build those up, and the strength they've got is they've been in against the best as an amateur. They've been in the GB standout team, so they can move much quicker. And they will step up quicker. But now it's a case of we've got to build them, we've got to promote them, and work on getting them to the position of those names that you mentioned. But it takes a long time. Tony Bellew was around for a long time. I remember when we first signed him. I think it was Moran, Edison.
And Miranda.
Alexandra Palace. He had the fights he had, Isaac Chilemba, etc. And that was over years and years, and I think it was 5 years ago we signed him, something like that. And then all these guys, we can build, but people need to be patient, and that's probably one of the things. No one wants to be patient anymore. They just want something now. So that's our job, to build and develop these stars.
Perfect. Obviously, we're just going to move cards slightly. Just going to talk about obviously Canelo Jacob had the media tour yesterday. New York looked buzzing around there. What's your just talk to us about how that fight got made and about what your prediction is for that fight.
So we work with Zone as the Golden Boy. It was a natural fight, especially after what happened with David Lemieux. I think he's moving up to super middleweight. So that was the natural fight to be made. You know, DAZN had signed a large deal with Canelo. They want him in against the best. The fans want him in against the best. And, you know, fair play to them. They took it. Canelo is fighting Daniel Jacobs, who is one of his toughest tests to date. You know, and I think it's going to be a great fight. And I can really see I really give Daniel Jacobs a chance of, you know, of winning on the 4th of May. You know, he's come through so much, and this is just another step in the hurdle of unifying those belts, and he can definitely do it.
And a lot of people's views, he beat Golovkin as well, so going into that, obviously he's just signed a multi-million fight deal with DAZN Canelo. He went in with Rocky Fielding done the best that he could, and I don't think people were expecting a large golfing class, and now the big jump to Danny Jacobs, so it's full respect for both sides for taking that fight.
Yeah, no, look, Rocky Fielding, he went in there, he gave it his everything. How can you turn down an opportunity like that? Canelo, he wanted to win a belt at another weight division. You know, he went in there, he showed how good he was. No one's surprised by how good he was. People gave Rocky a chance. Rocky had the size and then Rocky, you know, but it wasn't to be on that night. But you can't stand in the way of opportunities like that. You know, that was a massive fight, and I think Canelo, by taking the Jacobs fight, has shown that he's up for the toughest tests, and that's credit to him, because there's a lot of people in the sport over the years who haven't been willing to do it. So.
Yeah. April the 12th, we've just been announced. Los Angeles, Crawler versus Lomachenko. Crawler's had a lot of negative feedback on social media, but he's worked himself into that mandatory position to fight the pound for pound king.
That's what this sport's all about, you know. Crawler, as you say, has worked his way there. Why shouldn't he take the chance? You know, on both sides as well. Lomachenko's got stick, people saying, you know, we should have taken this fight. This is mandatory. Crawler has worked his way all the way up there. He's been in against the best. You know, he's always delivered in great fights, and he will give 100%. He knows how tough. He knows it's a tough test. Like, everyone knows it's a tough test. But what do you expect him to do? And that's one of the issues with fight sports, is everyone has their opinion as to he shouldn't get that, but he's worked to get that. Yeah. So, you know, you can't always win with people.
Yeah. The dream when you start, fight for a world title, fight the pound for pound, test yourself against the best. So, no, full respect.
What Rocky Fielding did as well. So.
Yeah. Obviously, we've just come from Joshua Miller press conference, the New York one. Obviously, we've seen Joshua a lot more animated than normal. Do you believe that Miller's got under his skin?
No, I just think Joshua has always shown respect, whether champion, challenger, whether a novice. You know, he's always been respectful. And I think he said in an interview, he's looked across that table, he's seen the likes of former world champions, Klitschko, he's seen world champions, Charles Martin, challengers, Joseph Parker, when he unified, and he's always shown respect. And to be fair, he's always had respect back. I think Jarrell Miller's the one person in a long time who sort of stood up and taken the ball by his head, but that's his character. So, you know, Joshua's going to react to certain things, but he's very composed. He knows what he needs to do. You know, he got pushed, he didn't do anything. Next press conference, stood up to him, and he'll do his talking in the ring as he always does.
Obviously, Jarrell Miller, he's got himself in that position. People will look at his frame and look at AJ's frame and thinking it's a no contest. But we've seen from the previous fights about Miller's work rate, and that even though he has got that size, he has got that great work rate. So a lot of people have said that if it goes past 4 rounds, it definitely could be deep water for AJ.
Yeah, he's 300 odd pounds. Like when he's leaning down on AJ, that's not, you know, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But I think AJ, he gets stick from everyone. You know, there's certain fans who are Fury fans, certain people are Wilder fans. But AJ is the leading name in the heavyweight division. And I think on the 1st of June he'll show again. Jarrell's top 5 heavyweights in the world. He never stands away. He never shies away from the test. And we'll see again on the 1st of June. But I think AJ gets the win. You know, it's not. A lot of people saying it's not a tough test. People who know boxing know what Jarrell Miller brings. Like you say, he brings a high work rate. He's heavy-handed. So, you know, it's going to be a test. But Josh knows what he's doing. He'll get in there and he'll show on the night what it's all about.
Talk to us. The news has just spoke about the ESPN 80 million deal, Fury with ESPN. Obviously we found out now that Wilder Fury has now been postponed, looking like it's going to be in the fall. Where does Fury and Wilder go from here? in your opinion?
I think they'll just have separate fights.
Yeah.
I still struggle to see how it happens, whether it's now or in 6-7 months. And that's they've done what's right for their individual careers. You know, everyone has their opinion, agenda, etc. of what needs to be done, how people should run their career. This is their own life. Tyson Fury's got his own life to live. He's got his own goals. He wants to do his own thing. You know, you can't take that away from him. He makes his own decisions. I think that fight is tougher to make than everyone says.
Yeah.
Because of the situation.
What was your thoughts on the Eddie Hearn, Stephen Espinoza Twitter v? Yeah.
Back and forth. I said he's the only man who would end. He's the only man who would end the Twitter war with a kid dancing. So look, it's entertaining. Give something for people to watch.
This is the first time that we've. It's gone blank there.
I do it quite often.
Yeah, so we taught Wilder's actively come out, said he's a network free agent. Obviously there was a lot of pressure on Showtime at the minute to keep producing the money. Al Heyman's put a lot of money into Fox, and from what you've heard, is Wilder the free agent, which he's saying, because there's talk that he could be going to ESPN.
If he's a free agent, he could, why just limit your options to ESPN?
Eddie confirmed a few weeks ago that there's been an offer that's gone over to Wilder to fight on DAZN. Has there been any progress on that?
Not yet. I think he was speaking about it yesterday in America, quite openly on interviews, but we'll wait and see what happens. I mean, they've got to make a decision what they do with Wilder. You know, and who do they put him in with? Adam Kalnacki, Dominic Brazil? I don't know. You know, Dominic Brazil is supposed to be fighting Dillian White, their final eliminator. So there's a lot of things going on in the heavyweight division that will plan themselves out. You know, we've done our bit. We've announced our show. Joshua's out there. He's still the star of heavyweight boxing. We still want to make the big fights. You know, we're open to working with people. So we'll see what happens over the next few weeks.
Perfect. Well, just going on to Dillian White, what is going on with Dillian White? Obviously, he's been mandated to fight Dominic Brazil. Obviously, with the Fury Wilder not happening now, there's talk that Wilder's going to fight Brazil. What's going on? What is going on with White at the moment? You know,
we have to wait and see. Obviously, what happens. There's options, but we have to wait and see what happens with Dominic Brazil. That fight's been mandated by the WBC in the WBC rankings, and he should get his fair shot. He should get his fair shot against Brazil. So let's see what happens. I mean, it's in their hands. You know, there's other fights with Deontay Wilder. He might fight Adam Kalnacki. You know, some other heavyweights out there he could fight, but I think we have to wait and see. But we're up for, Dillian's up for doing a Dominic Brazil. He wants us to fight. He wants.
When if the Dominic Brazil is the fight that's going to happen next, when will we see that? Obviously, the April the 20th show has now come out that's going to. It looks like it might be with Chisora. We know that White and Lucas Brown are going to be on that card. So when do you think we're going to see? When do you think we're going to see him out again, White?
I mean, that purse bid's scheduled for I think March 23rd, I believe, something like that. So we'll have to wait and see. You know, we can't make any decisions until then. April 20th will be too short for that. So the April 20th show will announce some details soon. We plan to do a show still on April 20th.
What options do you think Dillian White's got if the Brazil fight doesn't happen and Brazil does go down the route of Wilder? What do you believe the options are for White for his next fight?
There's also the option: does Wilder want to fight Dillian White? It's the other fight as well. I mean, heavyweight boxing has never been more alive, I don't think. The split of fighters across networks makes it very interesting. Probably makes things a bit more difficult, but there are other options out there for him. But in the key focus, as we said, is that Dominic Brazil fight.
Okay, I just want to talk about one other thing, just about the Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker that was going to headline on April the 20th. We saw Parker's camps come out and said they didn't get enough time for the camp. So is Derek still going to be fighting in April? What's the situation with Derek?
Yeah, we're aiming for Derek to fight on the April 20th date, working with David Haymaker. That's the aim.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks, Smith.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Thank you.